Welcome back to another YouTube video. This week, I'm going to be just posting a very candid story time type of post. And today I was thinking about what you should be doing in your 20s. People say you should enjoy your 20s and party and have fun and have all these experiences. Others say you should work and you could have fun in your 30s or retire early. Should you be hustling? Should you be hanging out and enjoying the moment? Of course, I think there's a balance between those two extremes. However, I think I'm leaning on the side of you should want to work and improve and find your best version of yourself in your 20s. I think that's the most important and significant years to really go all in and go for your dreams. You really only have one shot at life, and you're not quite guaranteed to live a full 60, 70 years. In fact, by the time you're 30, there's probably going to be some people that have already passed away from your high school. And that wouldn't even be from suicide. That could unfortunately be from cancer or a crazy car crash or just a freak accident. So if you're not even valuing your life and wanting to accomplish things that excite you and finding your ethos in life, and you're just waiting till you're 30 to start, it might already be too late. I want to keep this very raw. I kind of want this to just feel like a FaceTime call, but I don't want to get too deep either. But I think that's one of the reasons why I want to really just make sure I start early and kind of focus on what I want to be doing as early as I can, because the reality is every year counts, and you want to be enjoying the process along the way of building your dreams and of working towards your goals. But I think if you're just having fun and fucking around your entire 20s, it's going to look like pretty rough once you grow up. Now, I don't know about you, but I also have a very addictive personality. And with that, I actually don't even trust myself to have a good time or a fun time and then come back to a place where I can actually focus again. I think I don't fully trust myself to pick up a bad drug addiction or sex addiction or just bad habits overall. Because at the end of the day, old habits die hard, and to turn those around after you've been doing them for 10 years, 12, 15 years in your 20s, it's going to be hard to really break that habit. You don't even know if you can trust yourself to turn your life around and build these healthy habits. Because the reality is I get scared of that every single day in my 20s. I still go out, I still drink, I still have fun. But once it becomes a habit, are you really going to have the self-discipline to turn it around? I think that's why I personally am very hyper aware whenever I have very bad habits in my 20s. I just want to make sure that I'm on top of it to ensure that I'm having and writing in my brain good habits. Because at the end of the day, I think it gets to a point where it's sometimes not even the person's fault to have bad habits. For example, like hard drugs. Like if you did meth or heroin, I think it gets to a point where you can't even blame the person. They just become a victim of a substance that is too powerful for our monkey brains. You know what I mean? So there's that as well. If you're training your brain to repeat bad habits all through your teenage years, 20s, it might be an ugly turnaround. And then you're also not going to be happy by the time you're 30. So I actually do think that buckling down and really giving it a good shot in your 20s is probably the way to go. But of course, you also want to be able to find that balance and be able to really have a full circle life and not just neglect one area of your life for another. But if you're probably watching this video this deep, you're probably a maniac like myself, and you probably do focus on work really hard or focus on one area of your life, whether that be bad or good, pretty hard. You're a little obsessive by nature, potentially. And that can be a really good thing if it's channeled in the correct way. And you also have the patience to really play it out. Because the reality is it takes a long fucking time to achieve things really impactful and meaningful to you. There's, of course, these odd freak of natures who also work really hard and get lucky, but there's a lot of people that work hard and still don't quite get lucky. Like for me now, I'm on my third or fourth business and I'm 22 years old. And the businesses in the past weren't a fail, but they were not it. They did not make my retirement. They did not put me in a position where I could continue to grow. So therefore I had to leave them or change directions. Because at the end of the day, if it's a bit of luck anyways. But the only way to get lucky is if you actually work hard and have good habits. So the reality is life is not a guarantee. So start today, find something that you're excited about, and make sure you're able to really start that journey and start your passionate career as early as possible, because you don't want to be waiting until you're 30 years old. At that point, you're going to have 10 years of debt, of time debt, and then 10 years of bad habits that you also have to crack, let alone the possibility of accidentally picking up an addiction or dating a girl that is not healthy for you, or just having a horrible network of people. These are all things that kind of dig you in the hole. Just a little rant. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or want to get in touch with me, send me a message on Instagram or YouTube. I appreciate all the comments and all of that. So, yes, have a good rest of your day. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for watching.